This week, the NSAA High School Volleyball Tournament began. Schools from all around the state will travel to Lincoln's very own Pinnacle Bank Arena with the hopes of bringing back home the coveted state championship title. Until then, PBA has been filled with lots of aces, digs, kills, and loud cheers.
We're lucky in Nebraska. Our high school teams in Nebraska are really good. You can see that from all of the college athletes that we produce in volleyball specifically. So you're going to see a lot of really good athletes, a lot of really good teams, and probably some really good matches as we move forward in the week.
Similar to what Stoss said, volleyball is a delicacy in the state of Nebraska, and high school volleyball is meant to be taken very seriously. The Cornhusker State is home to both the Nebraska women's volleyball team and the Creighton women's volleyball team, who are both consistently ranked in the AVCA Coaches Top 25 poll, where Nebraska currently sits at 4th and Creighton at 13th. However, does the collegiate talent ever trickle down to the high school level? The answer? Yes.
I think it's a huge impact, quite honestly. I mean, you see what happens at Creighton and Nebraska games. On the college level, we're selling out 9,000 seats to go watch. We had the largest crowd ever at a college volleyball match. And then you look at the crowds that we have at our high school championships, on the other side of this door. People care about volleyball a lot, and it really does mean a great deal to the people in Nebraska.
Nebraska State volleyball brings out the best of the best. However, it even brings out the best of fans. Nebraska volleyball even has a large sense of community, where supporters from schools far and wide will come to cheer on their respective teams.
Just a lot of enthusiasm. All of our communities that come into state, they love to be here. It's hard to get here, and so when they are here, they're very excited, not just to be here, but hopefully advance. I mean, everyone is striving to be that next person from Nebraska that plays at Creighton or the University of Nebraska, but we have great smaller schools here in Nebraska too. The University of Nebraska Kearney is highly ranked every year. We have some of our NAIA schools that are also very highly ranked every year. So it's a culture in Nebraska. As a young girl, you grow up and you see all of the success that our colleges have, and you want to be a part of that someday.
The Session 1 games began on November 2nd and will continue on to today, November 3rd. Classes A, B, C1, C2, and D1 and D2 will all take the courts Wednesday and Thursday, with the semifinals occurring on Friday and the championship games on Saturday. The first set of games we saw were from Classes B and C1. In the B division, Number 1 Elkhorn North took down Number 8 Northwest in a sweep. Bennington will join Elkhorn North in the semifinal round after they beat Seward 3-1. Friday will also feature Scott Catholic versus Norris after they both defeated Waverly and Sydney. The C1 class was full of sweeps, including North Bend Central over Adams Central, Minden over DC West, and Grand Island Central Catholic over Kearney Catholic. Gothenburg also defeated Malcolm in a 3-1 contest. North Bend will take on Gothenburg, and Minden will face off against GICC in the semifinal round. Rounding off the night were some very fun Class A matchups. Number 1 Papio La Vista South swept Number 8 Marion, and Number 2 Lincoln Southwest won a 5-set thriller against Millard West. Class A also featured 2 4-set rallies, including Number 4 Papio La Vista's win over Number 5 Lincoln East, and Number 3 Westside's win over Number 6 Gretna. November 3rd will feature matchups from the C2 and the D1 and 2 classes, with those winners following the others into Friday's festivities.
We get to play in some great arenas. We're here in Pinnacle Bank Arena for the first 3 days, and then we get to move over to the home of the Huskers at Devaney. And that's not the case everywhere. Not every state gets to play in those premier venues, so we're really lucky, and it's really a rewarding experience for our communities and for our student athletes.
The teams that make it into finals will have the opportunity to play in one of the cathedrals of college volleyball, the Bob Devaney Sports Center, home of the 5-time national championship Cornhuskers volleyball team. The Devaney Center holds close to 8,000 seats, making it the perfect place for the high school teams and fans to enjoy the games. Reporting from Lincoln, I'm Molly Robinson.